Hi everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome from the UK. My name's Tracy, and welcome to Tracy's Digital Business Chat episode 6 with Angie. So Angie is one of my digital business partners, and she'll be speaking about her story today and why she wanted an online business. And we'll be telling you how you can have a look and register for our business and see if you like it or not. So without any further ado, I shall bring on Angie. Hi, Angie.
Hi, Tracy. Hi,
How
everyone.
you doing?
Good, thanks. Yeah, and you?
I'm brilliant. Thanks for being my guest today. I appreciate it.
No problem.
And thanks to everybody who's tuning into it today. It's really appreciated. So, Angie, tell me a little bit about yourself. I'll tell the viewers. Tell us about yourself and what you do or what you used to do.
So, my name's Angie. I live in Scotland, in the UK. I live with my daughter, who's 20 next month, unbelievably. And I've had many jobs over the years, but predominantly in the hospitality industry. So, bars, restaurants, classy, and at one point, I actually lived in Greece for about 5 years. And while I was there, I was in property management and wedding planning. So quite a varied path, but all in sort of hospitality tourism.
Yeah. And is it something that you like doing?
Yeah, I love the catering industry. It's great.
Yeah.
It's so varied. Yeah, excellent. Really enjoy it.
That's great. So why did you look for a business, whether it be online or offline?
Well, I wasn't really looking for a business, if the truth be told. But for the last couple of years, especially as Thea, my daughter, got to about 18 and she was doing her own thing, and I just found myself working really long hours and then, kind of a little bit empty nest, thinking, oh, what I'm going to do now. And I really always wanted to be able to work location independent, so maybe go over to Greece for longer periods of time and still work. I kind of thought, oh, what could I do that's maybe online? And I had nothing that I could find. And then I saw your ad. It came up in my newsfeed one day, and I thought, wow, an online business. It's not something. I just thought, where would you start? Do you know what I mean? And then I saw your ad, and then that was it. I thought it just really resonated with me.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Because when we see there's many businesses out there in that online businesses.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We don't know what's genuine and what's not, do we?
No. And like I saw your ad, and as I say, it resonated with me, but I thought, So I was a bit skeptical, obviously, because, there's so much online. But then, I went and watched the complimentary webinar, the information session, and I don't know, it was just watching real people actually talking about their business, and they weren't, they were real ordinary people. And that was it for me. I thought, wow, this looks really good. Yeah.
That was a major thing for me, because I'd looked at so many businesses, and I've said before, there's these kind of gurus, and they've got these shiny objects, haven't they, cars and big houses, and it's just not. It's not what I want.
A jet, and you think, no.
Yeah, I don't think that's your jet, but however, there you go. But yeah, because the people who host the webinar, they're really down to earth, and the people on the panel, the business owners, they're just everyday people like me and you.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's like, I don't know, it was just that people in the healthcare industry, working mums, wanting to take care of their kids while they have their business. And I think also the fact it could be a plan A or a plan B. It could be your main focus, or you could still, continue to work while you build it, because everybody takes time to build, right? Yeah. So, it was all that. It was that, and the fact it was genuine. So.
Yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? That's the main thing. Yes. For me, anyway, it was. Yeah. So the reason why you started it then? Is that like you just said that you wanted something a little bit different
I just wanted more control of, I didn't have a good work-life balance. I worked really long hours, which I loved the job, but it was really stressy. And so I wanted more time. I wanted to be more in control, I guess, is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
More flexibility. I wanted to be able to, when I go over to Greece on holiday, to stay a little bit longer, but still be able to earn. And yeah, really that was the big why, was the work-life balance, a little bit of control, and to be able to travel and have extended periods of travel.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I did it because I wanted to be able to do more traveling with my husband, and I wanted something I could take abroad with me. So that's the ideal thing, isn't it?
It is, because you suddenly think, wow, yeah, I can do this. And, from any location, it's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yes. Like with brick and mortar businesses, if we started a brick and mortar, which what's happening in the world now, that would have been a bit of a disaster, but you'd have to be there all the time, wouldn't you?
Well, you have to be there all the time. Yeah, I've had my own businesses before, more bricks and mortar type business, like quite a few years ago. And it's you work such long hours, and you have to be there. And you have less holidays, self-employed, than you really do when you're working, So.
And with the brick and mortar business, you've got to hold inventory, you've got to pay wages, there's rents and rates, and if you need cars, it's just a nightmare, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really big overheads.
With this business, what's your overheads then? What do you have to, does it cost a lot of money to run it?
No, well, I don't think it does, because it's a genuine business, and if you really want a genuine business, you're going to have overheads. But in this business, it's really just your advertising. So it's entirely up to yourself what you want to spend. If you want to do, the business that we're in, the training is provided. So you're not spending a huge amount on training courses, or you don't have to do that. So really it's your advertising. And I think you just say, what can I afford? And that's the budget you stick to.
Definitely. And we do have to make an investment in the business, don't we? Because it's a proper business. What other business doesn't? It's like,
you can't start a business without an initial investment. So of course there's an initial investment, but it is nothing compared to starting a bricks and mortar business, or even some kind of mobile business, where you'd have to buy vehicles, or it's just not that, it's not to that cost.
No. And franchises, I mean, they cost, you've got to buy a franchise, cost loads of money, because you've got to pay the franchise owners a fee as well. And it just takes the profits, doesn't it?
It's very expensive to start a franchise. So, these are all things before I couldn't have afforded to do anything like that.
No.
And that's why this opportunity was just fantastic.
Yeah. I'm just going to say hi to a couple of ladies, Irma and Philippa. Thanks so much for watching. Art and Raj. Thanks, Raj. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that, all three of you. Thank you. That's brilliant. These are the ladies that I know. Thank you. So let's just carry on. So what did you do to, did you do any checking out or any due diligence when you saw my advert? I mean, I know you said you looked into it. Did you do anything?
No, I did a lot. I did, well, first of all, I suppose one of the main trust points was the fact that you used to be a police officer. So I kind of thought, that's a really good start. So that was a draw, to be honest. Then the webinar, but then I went online and I Googled to find out everything I could, and I could not find anything. No facts about this business. I honestly couldn't. And I really researched, because it's online. You'd be stupid if you didn't.
Well, it's everything. Well, we're all there, aren't we? We're all online. So, I mean, we've all got our Facebook pages and Instagram and LinkedIn, YouTube, Google, and you can just check us out. We're all real everyday people.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's so open. You can check me out. You can check out yourself. Everyone else, they're just real people. You can tell that immediately from, when you're seeing a dodgy Facebook page. We've all
yeah, definitely. We put our lives on Facebook, don't we?
Yeah, yes, we do.
Before I started my business, I never used to go on Facebook, but we use it every day now, don't we?
Yeah, well, I think that was one of the challenges in starting the digital business was thinking, I've been on Facebook for years and I'm an occasional poster, but I'm such a voyeur. I just watch, I just watch what everyone's
Yeah,
up.
I'm like that.
Yeah, and so I was in it every day, but not really engaging to a huge extent. And so that's been a real challenge is to sort of go, okay, my life is now on Facebook. And that's fine. I mean, for me, it's personal development.
Yeah.
And I could never have imagined making a video of myself. That was horrifying. And then having to watch it.
I know when I said to you need to do some videos, you were like,
No, too cringy. And then doing a live interview like this, who'd you thought? It's been such a learning curve. Fantastic. Yeah.
It makes you grow as a person though, doesn't it? It's really interesting, isn't it?
It makes you get over yourself. Do you know what I mean?
It does, yeah. And imagine when we're doing all the training, when you come into the business, we've got step-by-step video training, haven't we? And that's what teaches you and shows you how to get the business set up. And you think to yourself, oh my word, how am I going to remember all this and what I'm going to do? But you can revert back to it, but you don't realise how it stays in your brain.
Yeah, the thing is it stays in your brain, but the fact you've always got it there, it's not like it goes away anywhere. Constantly there as a reference.
Yeah.
And then obviously the weekly masterminds are brilliant when everyone, globally gets together and, talk about the business and strategies and ideas and share experiences. And that's fantastic. I mean, it's a global community, which is brilliant.
Yeah. Well, that's how we grow as team members as well, don't we? We're all a big team. Because we've got I think we're going on to 62,000 nearly in the community now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Last week there were only 60. It's like growing 2,000 in a week, something like that.
I think as well there's a realization with what's happening this year and all over the world is, it's to be on the online space is just, it's the best time to get on that online space because things are really changing.
Well, now more than ever, like you say. Yeah.
More than ever. And it's sad to see different industries and the effect, but, the online space is definitely thriving.
Yeah. Well, we've got the brick and mortar businesses like the shops on the high streets. They're closing down, but they're coming online. They know that they've got to come online. They have to do that.
Cafes are now doing online deliveries, takeaway deliveries. People are getting really creative. So, they have to.
Yeah. Well, that's the future now, isn't it? That's the future.
Yes,
the world, unfortunately, has changed, and that's the way it's going. So we've got to adapt to it and just get used to the way it's going.
For sure. Yeah.
So what would you say to people who's just watching us? Because people do just watch us, don't they? They just sit there watching. And they don't. What would you say to people?
What if they were thinking of doing this?
Yeah, and they're just thinking, oh, should I do it? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think, do it. It's what I think. But for me, it was a case of that. It was like, okay, it's scary because you are starting a business. It's genuine. You're starting a business and you're going to have to invest a little bit of money and time into this. Mm-hmm. My fear was not doing it. I thought, what if I don't do it? What if I'm sitting there in 10 years, approaching the state pension, golden years, and I didn't do it.
Yeah.
How terrifying is that? So I find it more frightening to do nothing.
Well, if we don't try something, you're never going to know, are you? It's like everything. If you'd be just sat there thinking, oh God, I should have done that. But what?
Yeah.
If you just sit there and not do it, you're never going to know. And listen, if it doesn't work out, which it's working out for a lot of people, but if it doesn't, at least you've given it a go, haven't you? Because otherwise you're just sitting there doing nothing.
Well, you don't learn anything, and I mean, if you do it and it doesn't work out or you find it's not for you, it's a lesson learned. You can move on.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? That you have to think of something else. But so for me, my advice would be do your own due diligence, do your own research, make sure you're happy, and then take that leap of faith. I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
You have to believe
because
in yourself.
definitely. Because like I said, we've got about 62,000 people in our online community, and there's people from all walks of life. And I think there's 18-year-olds up to 70-odd-year-olds.
Yeah, there is.
People who work full-time, part-time students.
Yeah.
From all backgrounds.
Engineers. I think we've got a pilot somewhere. It's amazing. Stay-at-home mums, hospitality industry, everything.
Firemen. It's just
teachers.
Yeah, all over the world. And it's not like when you come into this business, you have to. There's not any restrictions on where we advertise, is there? So we can advertise all over the world. No
absolutely. Yeah, it's totally global. It's up to yourself where you want to advertise or, draw people in from. It's entirely, you're in control, which is really nice.
Yeah, definitely. You're not relying on anybody else to pay you your income at the end of the day, are you?
No, you're not.
Yeah. So if somebody wants to have a look at the business, what would they need to do?
They need to register for our webinar. We've got a free information class. They can register through either my website, your website. They can join a live webinar, which is on a Tuesday and a Thursday. However, in the UK, it's very late. It's 1 a.m. So they might want to catch that up in a replay the next day, which is fine. The replay is available straight away. And that information class, it gives you a background of the business, and you see these real people talking about why they started and where they are now, and about what their business and how it's changed their lives in so many cases. So that, I think that's the first step, is to watch the information class, either replay or live.
Yeah, because we just need name and email. There's nothing else. We're not intrusive. We don't ask for loads of details.
No,
and it's a 90-minute, up to a 90-minute webinar. And it's hosted by the founders of our brilliant community.
Yes.
And they're down to earth. And like I said, we've got a panel of business owners on there.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you can't make the live one, because it is a little bit late in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's 1 a.m. But if we do have the live webinars on Tuesday and Thursdays, and it's on tonight and Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So the times are 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, and 1 a.m. BST UK time, which is on the following day, Wednesday and Friday. So if anybody's interested, just register. We've got our web links underneath here going across. Message Angie, message me, ask us any questions. We'll answer them, no problems whatsoever. And just have a look at it and see what you think. And if it's for you, take the next step. And if it's not, that's fine. At least you've had a look.
Yeah. At least you've had a look. You're nothing to lose. It's like about an hour and a half of your time. It's absolutely nothing. Yeah. And as you say, it's your name, it's your email address. There's no hounding afterwards. It's just access to watch the information class and make up your own mind. If you don't check it out, you'll never really know. So it's well worth doing if you're interested.
Yeah, and we don't pester you. Don't worry, we're not pestering you. We don't sell your email address or anything like that. So don't be worried, it's private. So
it's totally private. Yeah.
Well, everybody who's been watching, thank you so much. And India, that's another lady that I know. Thank you for watching from Australia. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Yeah, super. Thank you. So Angie, I'm going to let you go now. So if you'd like to give everybody your web link.
Yeah. So my web link's www.angelamckeown.com. As you can see at the bottom of the page here, click on that and you can sign up for the free information class if you're interested and want to know how to get started.
Brilliant. Thanks, Angie. I might have say that there. Super. Well, thanks so much, Angie. And you've done really well to say this is your first interview live. Brilliant.
Thanks so much. You made it really easy.
No problem. Oh, and Trin's come on now. Thank you so much, Trin. Thank you. All right, Angie and everybody. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. And we shall see you next time. Thanks so much. Thank you. Take care. Bye.